we
The
started.
launch is the ending. I mean,
Yeah.
if God's honest truth,
That's really
the
good.
launch is at the end of the thing. They're at the runway, like they are gone.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm excited to chat with you today. I've got my adorable husband.
Is my adorable today?
I don't know if it is yet to be decided, Allwood, if you're adorable today. I think you woke up choosing violence this morning. So
Could have.
I look taller than you up here. Are you slouching or am I actually taller than you? Nope, not there. There we go.
I don't look like
I
the
just need
same.
to like
I feel like
move
we're
this so you
equal.
can't even see
I
that.
feel like we're equal.
I definitely feel taller. I feel like my hair is bigger than you.
Well, it's because you have hair.
Well, actually,
You know why you're taller than me?
Why?
Is because I have this bowl of eggs right here next to me of hard-boiled eggs that smells
in like 1974.
amazing. Nothing like
And
that.
my parents literally had those growing up. Did yours like that? Here, let's show all the people on YouTube. Hand me that bowl if you would, please, baby. I don't know what the design is, but I think it used to be on the bottom.
Oh yeah, look inside there. Go ahead. Get
Okay,
yourself
so
a little
like the
get a little
design.
visual inside. Go
If
ahead.
you're watching on YouTube, did you have, oh, everybody's okay out there? Did you have this sort of, what's this called? Not placeware. What is it called? Dinnerware? And yes, I eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs.
Almost like an ice cream bowl.
Actually, right now I'm kind of in a mood because you know
You've been in the mood?
yeah. I go through stages where I want hard-boiled eggs and then I can't.
No hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Sometimes chicken good. So yeah.
It's weird. I don't know what happens. It's like my taste buds change frequently.
So I'm happy to be sitting here next to you. If I am smaller than you, I'm sorry. I didn't eat my eggs this morning.
Well, and so also
Or
I
any
was
day.
watching this video the other day. We are answering your questions today, guys, by the way, that you have submitted to us in the last few weeks. And so we have some fun ones, but I was going to tell you, I know I'm going to donkey on the edge here. I was watching this video from a guy who does ADHD content recently. And he was talking about people who have ADHD. Like kind of get stuck on like the same outfits sometimes.
Yeah,
because
like
it's just,
Steve Jobs.
yes.
Jobs.
Is it Jobs or is it Jobs?
No one knows.
I feel like it should be Jobs because he hired.
Is it a GIF or a GIF? So there's the question. So
is it peanut butter or Christmas? Who even knows?
What is that?
Because Jif peanut butter or a gift like Christmas. So that's how I have to remember things in my brain. But anyway, I was thinking, do people with ADHD also get on? Yes, we interrupt. And you want to know why? Because my brain thinks I'm about to lose it. And it's like, it's not that I want to interrupt. It's that if I can't get it out of my head and my mouth quickly, it will be gone. And so a lot of times people with ADHD, we do interrupt and we don't mean to. Do I have ADHD?
Sometimes. And then I also feel like you get stuck in a constant loop because if things don't close in the loop, then those things like, it's like just,
I did a podcast.
Questions over and over and over.
I did. Okay, let's look up that podcast episode for them because and it's gotten worse, hasn't it? You can say it. I don't care. People still are going to love me. I think. I hope.
Well, I hope so.
I
still love you. But
do you think it's getting worse?
Sometimes it's a superpower. Sometimes it's a pain in my.
I think you can say ass when it's our podcast.
Okay. Sometimes. Yes.
Let's see. I think it's podcast episode 488 where I talk about verbal processing and how Jason and I figured out years ago. Sometimes I just need to say to him, okay, we need to chat because I need to close a bunch of loops.
Right. Yeah.
And it's always dumb stuff like, are we taking a vacation to Iowa this summer? Are we going? No. Are we doing something different? Like, it's just always like it's like when I have too many question marks in my brain, I cannot think.
Yeah, you can't close the loops.
Yeah, and then I can't sleep and everything else. So, okay. Anywho, let's talk about some of your questions. And so I'm going to say who sent these questions in, and I just showed them to you about 2 minutes ago. So good luck. They're not going to be embarrassed. Okay. So the first one is for me. This is from Fit to Be Lindsay. She said she's in the first trimester. I'm guessing maybe first baby. She's feeling like poop. How did you stay motivated during this season? So if it's baby number 1, I think it's almost harder because it's the first time you're doing this. You don't know what to expect. So like literally that book, you don't know what to expect or what to expect when you're expecting gold, because I don't know, it's like 30 years old now, maybe even older than that.
Is still relevant.
But how do you know what you don't know, right? It's just like building a business. It's just like growing a business, scaling a business. Like you don't know until you kind of start some things. So I think it's hardest on baby number 1, because on baby number 2, even if you feel like poop, you still got to pay attention to and take care of baby number 1. So it's like, there's no rest for the weary. And so give yourself lots of grace. This is the last time, if this is your first pregnancy, Lindsay, that you can have some time, probably without a little one dependent upon you, to really just like relax.
For 18 years.
And then some. I mean, right now we've got a whole house full again. So
Take as many naps as you need to.
as many as you can, as many as you need to.
Eat whatever you want to eat.
That is not going to make you throw up. Ginger snaps. I didn't have a whole lot. I mean, I was pregnant.
Butterscotch. Didn't you do butterscotch?
I did butterscotch on one of them, which
Yeah.
made me sick. Was it Ava?
Well, no,
It might have been.
no, first one.
Was it first one? Okay.
That's when we watched. That's when that one show was on.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Survivor. What was the show where
Fear
they had
Factor.
to eat gross stuff? Oh my gosh, they were eating, you guys,
Fear Factor.
cow testicles.
Something, yes.
And we were
having
eating
chicken
from Kentucky Fried, or was it Church's? And so I'm eating my chicken, and they're eating cow testicles on the show, and I'm like, I'm like, I lost it, didn't I? If I remember right, yeah.
Up the
So I
stairs.
was a little puny on that one, but it's a precious time, and so take care of yourself. Thank you for that question.
Prenatal massages.
It's a prenatal
Prenatal
massages.
massages. Rest.
Oh, I loved being pregnant.
Yeah. Rest.
I did.
Rub.
People are always like,
Rest,
"How
rub,
are you
and
feeling?" asking you all the questions.
yeah.
They hold open the doors. Gosh, I loved being pregnant. So, have you had, this is from Robin
I don't have
Jana,
glasses on.
who wants to know, have you had difficult years? I think she's meaning you and I. Have you and Jason had difficult years, and what did you do to connect and communicate?
Have you
Have we-
read our autobiography? Or not
We
just biography?
don't have an autobiography, but I should.
But we should probably do one.
We've had a couple bad years.
Yeah.
They didn't last. Well, 1 year might have lasted the entire year. The first year of marriage was a
The first
dumpster
year-
dive.
The first year was good. It was that.
It was year two.
Yeah, it was that year two. It was year two.
Yeah, that was a dumpster dive.
Built a new house.
You didn't even need to go into all the things, honey. Doesn't
Okay.
even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Yes, we've had some rough times. Yes, I will say this is that marriage counseling works because we could have easily chucked it that first year. of
We were
marriage.
this close to
Yeah,
just
we had no kids, we
cashing
had
those chips
no-
in.
We didn't have to do it. We didn't have to do it. We found a church we've been going to now for almost 30 years, under the same pastoral people, who's friends of ours, friends of our families now, so that their kids now,
Yeah.
everything like that. But marriage counseling, find a good church, and actually learn how to have hot conversations, right?
Yep. Tell them what the hot means. Go for
Hot
it.
is what our pastor says is honest, open, and transparent.
Yeah.
Means we're saying we're having a hot conversation here, so you can't get mad at what I'm going to say, and vice versa. So if you have a hot conversation with me, I can't get mad at what you say. I just have to kind of process it, and we can talk about it, but I can't get angry or mad or anything like that. We just
Right.
have to discuss.
Yeah.
We took a lot of walks. We took a lot of
Yep. When we need to
Yep.
sort some things out, or we're frustrated with
did a
each
lot of
other.
walks, yeah. And if nothing else, just to get out of our home
Mhm.
and just go somewhere. Like we'd go down by we have a river here, and we'd go walk down by the river. We would just go and
Are
walk
you
around the
talking about, like,
neighborhood.
back
yeah,
then when
yeah.
things
Even when things were bad.
We've had rough times since then.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we even had, I'm not throwing you under the bus, but like this year on Father's Day, for instance, no, I'm not throwing you under the bus.
Here comes the
You
it's
know,
rough.
this was a rough Father's Day
Mhm.
anniversary of your cycling accident, and you lost your dad 4 years ago, just a few weeks after the cycling accident. And so there's a lot of big feelings. Also, I have big feelings around Father's Day, not knowing my biological father, well, knowing who he is, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with me. And then, just daddy things in general, that the Lord has been very gracious. And, I always think that I am fully healed from all that until things come up like Father's Day. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there's still a little something there. So even just this Father's Day
Yeah.
was hard on us. And so I think the key is you can have hard days, you can have hard weeks, you can have hard seasons, but like, don't let that go too far, because I think sometimes you can get too far, and then how do you make your way back to each other?
And you chunk it. Yeah. But you have to make your way back.
Yeah.
But we had a good conversation after that day. That
Mhm.
day itself, even the Saturday before, well, we had got back in town from a mission trip. You got back in town. So we were kind of there was already some tensions there. And then I got invited to play golf, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I did go play golf.
I want you to go play golf. It was Father's Day.
I did go play golf on Father's Day, with some buddies, and but then that evening, I don't know, it was a weird.
It's okay. This is what I told my friend Adrienne the other day. I told her, and I know you don't care that I told her. I said, remember in the movie American Sniper, when Chris Pyle comes back from Afghanistan the
Kyle,
last time?
not Pyle.
Chris Pyle, Kyle.
Chris
Kyle. Okay, 80%. I'm going to get
Yeah.
80% right. No disrespect to him, of course, because he's a Stud.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's done his last tour overseas. He's coming home. His wife and kids are waiting for him. She calls him on the phone. He's sitting at a bar.
And he says, "Where are you at?"
And she says, "Honey, where are you?" And he goes, I'm stateside." She goes, what are you doing? Like the kids and I, we've been waiting 9 months to see you. What are you doing?" And he's crying. And what
And
does he say?
says, "I just need a minute."
I just needed a minute. And on Father's Day this year, you just needed a minute. And so, but like what could have happened is that could have then, I could have, gotten some big feelings and you could have gotten
Internalized,
some
yeah,
big feelings.
yeah.
And then we would have like throughout, over the next couple of days, kept getting more disconnected until then we are like, what are you laughing
Too far
at?
apart.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
there one of our kids
Yeah,
over here?
knocking on the door. Yeah.
What do you need, sweet cheeks? I don't know. Let's ask YouTube. YouTube, can she go to Annie's in Kelly's house?
It's
YouTube
raining
said
outside.
yes.
Be careful.
You might want an umbrella, baby cakes. Okay, bye. So anyway,
But we had
Mm.
that Monday morning though, after the fact, after we had and just went to bed that night and just went to sleep. We got up the next morning and you said,
can we have a hot
"We have
conversation?
a conversation." Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had lots of times when things have been difficult to communicate. We communicate on very different ways. I implode, he explodes. I de-escalate,
She's
he
a
escalates.
stuffer.
I'm
Yeah.
a stuffer,
She's
he's
a
an
stuffer, I'm an
exploder.
exploder.
We've
Yeah.
really had to learn how to find common ground so that I'm not intimidated by his sound of his voice, volume of his voice, words that he's using.
If you can believe
And
that,
so
I've
he's
never
not.
actually raised my voice at
that
this beautiful flower of a.
I have a beautiful flower. Easton's just laughing as he's editing this, by the way. And then you to not be offended by me going inward
Yeah.
or shutting down. I'm not icing you out. I don't ice you out.
Feels icy.
Because I grew up in that. And so I don't ice you out. But you could perceive it as that. It's just that I get really thoughtful about what I want to say from
She
here.
doesn't say a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing comes out.
Because I just don't, I know that if you're escalated and I escalate, there could be fireworks.
Right.
And so we're still learning too, is the bottom line. So Robin, thank you for your question and just God bless you and your marriage and all the things. So Debbie Fox
That says you.
wants to know, where did you get your fabulous sense of style? And color was from your childhood bedroom. Okay, so what color was the color of my childhood bedroom? It was yellow. And I had a canopy
What
bed.
makes you think she thinks that's for you?
Well, I was going to actually say it possibly could be for you. I don't think she wants to know the color of your childhood bedroom, but do you even remember? Do boys have a color of their childhood room?
Well, I think everything back then, I believe, was yellow and brown.
Yeah. So I had a yellow canopy bed.
Yeah.
And also grew up in a household where every wall was white and you hang nothing on the walls except for, what did Aunt Barb sell? Home interiors.
Oh yeah, home interiors.
And so, yeah, so there's that. So fabulous sense of style. Honestly, I would say up until just maybe the last 5 years, you probably have helped like buy my clothes for the majority of our marriage. Would you say that?
Yeah.
You, because I don't like to spend money on things like clothes. I like to buy houses. He likes to buy clothes. And so
That's not okay.
I am more likely to like, let's go buy a new Airbnb than I am to say, take me shopping to Zona Rosa.
Well,
It's just,
that's not going to happen.
no, it's never
Never
going to
gonna
happen.
Ever.
But
It's a big cup.
I know I've gotten better at buying clothes, and he has just, you've always had an incredible fashion sense. Like you even used to get a hard time for this when you were like in high school and things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They thought I was the weird kid.
The-
I wear weird stuff.
What? Okay. Can you expand on that, Mr. Allwood?
I went to a high
Just
school.
make sure you're not using any words we have to edit
I
out.
went there my sophomore year of high school. People didn't think I was heterosexual, if you will. They thought I had long hair. I had an earring. I wore penny loafers, first day of school, and everybody thought, what is this guy? What is happening here? It was more of a, culture shock probably to them because it was not necessarily, it was just in a smaller town than I grew up in. And so I just stuck out like a sore thumb, especially the first day of school.
And so all through like growing up though, like your
That
stepsister
polo
asked you
with the collar popped
yeah,
up.
so you've always had a great fashion sense, which is also why he has his own line of golf apparel. So shout out to Fairway Finest if they
Shout
don't
out.
know. So there you go. Somebody named Mary Annie wants to know what college education y'all have. That is hilarious.
Y'all.
What college education you all have, and you're all from KC. So I am from a little tiny town outside of Sioux City, Iowa, called Mobile, Iowa. And I do have a bachelor's of computer-based information systems, which is something I have never used. Okay, your turn.
That's not true. You used it for like 10 minutes
I used to do software development.
After we paid off the student loans.
Babe, I never had one student loan.
And we paid it as we went, but yeah, it was not a
Okay,
student
well,
loan.
so
Yeah.
did I have student loans?
No, she did not.
Thank
We
you.
paid as we went.
Yes, we paid as we went.
Paid as we went. I am from Kansas City, and I have a year and a half of college that is
You have a bachelor's degree in experience.
sure.
There you go.
I have a master's degree in experience,
There you go.
but a bachelor's degree in nothing. No,
Nothing.
I went to college, just community college. That was it.
All right. Next question. How do we keep the romance alive when you have adultish kids?
Watch lots of movies.
Oh my gosh. That is not true, you guys.
Oh, no, it's not. How do you keep the romance alive? Well,
Oh,
what do you-
he's, I mean, because they're going to assume that you're talking pornographic
that's
movies.
that was the joke. That was the
know,
joke.
yeah, and I am not laughing, but
You're laughing.
I'm really not laughing.
You're laughing.
Go ahead.
We set up, we have our
I'm just holding my breath here. Go ahead.
we have a meeting usually every December or January, and we talk about things that we want to do. And in that list of things we want to do, we also dedicate time for a monthly or bi-weekly date night at least once a month. We try to go on a date at least once a month, right?
Yeah, I can't even remember now the last time we did it. We've been in a busy season.
Well, we've been in a busy season.
Yeah.
But we do spend time together. But it is intentional for sure. That's how we keep the romance alive. We try to be very intentional with spending time with each other. She likes to read books, so that helps out also.
That helps our romance.
It does. It actually does. I mean, because you don't always read, like, some of the books you read are good books. Not being that, but some of the books are not the
You're just
good
digging yourself a hole, Mr. Allwood.
Not really. But
Should
the
we-
romance novels you read are somewhat good for our marriage, are they not?
Some of them are. Yeah.
Some of them are.
The Apocalypse one that I just read, the 6-part series called like The Edge of Collapse, Edge of Disaster. So good, you guys. Not any romance in it at all, but
Yeah,
so
no
good.
romance at all.
So,
So what do you think? How do we keep the romance alive for you, Mrs. Allwood?
I'm trying to think of how to answer that because I don't
Yeah.
want to be just full of crap. I mean, I think there's seasons where you can be more intentional about romance. We're not currently in one of those seasons, but am I still obsessed with you? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, do I still, so there's like seasons when date nights and things are easier for us to
for
do.
sure.
When we have
Harder.
adult kids
Some
around,
are
it's
adult
easier.
kids around, or
Yeah.
if people are getting married or whatever's happening in our world.
So,
those are things that
if the door's shut, leave us alone. How about that? We can say things like that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we just have, mom and dad are taking a walk. Mom and dad are going to go watch a movie upstairs. Mom and dad are just going to lay out on the deck and, watch a Netflix series out there or whatever. So I think especially since we've gotten kids that are older, they really get that. But it was harder when they were young.
for sure when they were young.
And then it was hard when we got Ari because it was like she had to be the priority for a while. And then
Yeah.
COVID hit. And so,
You didn't think
you do a great job of just of saying things. And because my love language is words of affirmation. You do a great job of saying things to me that are romantic. On occasion you leave like notes in my car and things like that, which
a little text every once in a while.
but
That
you
always
do
helps out.
things to let me know that you're thinking of me. So for instance,
I try to be intentional.
you
For
are
sure.
very intentional. You are one of the best people I've ever seen at this. I am not allowed to like touch trash ever, ever, ever. And some people would say, well, that's not romantic, but I would beg to differ because you also don't let me get gas. And it's not that you're like a barbarian. It's that you really believe that if a woman has a capable husband of doing that she shouldn't do that. And that's what you've trained your boys to do as well. Like you open the door for me. You fill the vehicle with gas for me. You make sure I always, like if I need a driver somewhere, you are always booking that. You're making sure that my safety is always like paramount, which is romantic.
Well,
It's
thanks.
hot. It's sexy.
Really?
And
You think
so,
it's sexy?
well, I think that not enough women, I have really big thoughts on this, don't feel taken care of by the person that they're married to, by their husband. And the husband may not be stepping up into that role because sometimes women like to cut them off at their junk and then wonder why the guy is not taking care of them. And so it's like this weird dance people get into. You want him to lead, but you don't let him lead. And then when he tries to lead, he's not doing it right. And I mean, we've had our own fair share
For
of trying
sure.
to figure, this dance out. So I'm not saying we get it right, but you do 100% of the time, almost, I would say, get it right of taking care of me. I never have to worry about my physical safety. You're always walking on the outside. Doors are always locked. You're making sure I have a driver. You're making sure I feel taken care of in all those ways. Gas is in my car. Like, and those are really practical things, but they make a woman feel really taken care of and seen. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. I didn't realize it.
Yes, you did. I love you.
I love
did too. You
I
know
just
you're
like
doing
taking
all
care of
that.
you.
Thank you for
I
that.
kind of like you.
Right.
My movie thing wasn't funny though.
We that's what I heard was we watch movies and she reads books. And I'm like, oh man. Okay, let's see. There was another question here. Hang on. How did you get comfortable? This is from Design Your Way Home with wealth because with not coming from money. So meaning neither of us came from households with money, which
Yeah.
in full disclosure, I came from a home where we always had money. It was not uh, we always had a nice
Excessive.
home. It's just that my father wasn't anybody that shared. Like there was no sense
Yeah.
of generosity. They weren't Christians. There was no giving. My parents had money, but I grew up in a house where saving was everything, and there was very little spending. So there was money. It wasn't that we didn't have money. It's just that it wasn't easily accessible, used, shared, given away, or anything like that. So, how did I get comfortable with wealth? Well, I think like that's such a weird
I
question
don't
for
even know if
me
you. Yeah.
because I've never struggled with that. Like I remember when I was 25, sitting in the office of the person at college who helps you decide on what you want to do for a degree, because I had all my basics out of the way, remember?
Yeah.
And they're like, so what do you think you want to do for a degree, Jennifer?
You
And I
said.
was like, well, I really want to do interior design, but I don't think I can make any money at it. So let's go for computer-based information systems because computers were just like, the brand new thing. And I'm like, because I want to make a lot of money. Then all I knew is that money meant options.
For sure.
And having grown up in a household where my mom didn't have a lot of options and was given $10 a week, I knew that I never wanted that to be my situation. And I think that it was like a subconscious thing because there was no part of me, because I was married to then, that was going, I never want to be in a position where I don't have, money or my own money. Because
Right.
everything for us has always been together. There's no his money and my money. It's all in the same pot.
Literally from dating.
Yeah, from the time before we were even married. Yeah. And so I have never been one that's like, oh, I don't want to make any money. I've always wanted to make money because I instinctively know that money gives people options.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we don't share the same Christian faith, which if you're here, we probably have a lot in common there. But like, we're commanded to like leave an inheritance to our children's children is what the Bible says. Now, inheritance doesn't have to be financial, but it certainly can. And the Bible says things like God gives us wisdom to get wealth. And so like from a biblical standpoint, people have twisted the idea of money. And I could talk about this all day long.
Sure.
And inside my coaching groups, I talk about this all the
love
time.
Of money, right? That's what
I mean, people are like, money is the root of all evil. And I'm like, get out your Bible and see what it says. It says, it says, do what?
It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't say that money is evil. It says the love of money, the obsession of money, the making money into the idol. And so for me, it's not all about the money. It's about what the type of freedom the money can buy. And this is one of the reasons, and I'll let you talk, why I'm so sold out on teaching women how to grow their businesses is because I've seen firsthand what money can do for us, for me and you and our kids. We couldn't have adopted a fourth child without dollars in the bank. I mean, I think that there was this really bad teaching, in the 80s, 90s about how, Christians need to be broke and struggling, and that if you're rich, it's evil. And
but
it's
it
so
even
bad.
it comes even go Christianity. It goes down to it becomes more of a church issue. It becomes more of a race issue. It becomes more of everything because I mean, like you've been to churches, we've been in churches where it's 95% African American, dominated churches, and they want their pastors, dressed to the nines and looking great and being almost over the top flamboyant, where sometimes in our church people get offended because our pastor was got a new car or something of that nature. It's a different mindset. It's a totally different mindset than the financial side of it. What'd you write down over there? What are you doing?
Just made a note to myself to ask something later.
Oh.
But so bottom line, I never have been uncomfortable with making money at all because I understand that money is just a tool. It's a neutral thing that can help. It can bring impact, and both to our family, to our church, to our community, et cetera. So
True.
anything you want to add to that?
No, all those things are valid.
All right.
I grew up in a home that didn't necessarily, but I also think though too that generation, our parents' generation, came out of their parents were part of the Great Depression, so we're that age.
Yeah.
So
So
there wasn't an excess of money, so it was all about saving, and
yeah,
it all was. I mean, you talk about your grandma who would stuff toilet paper
in the rafters,
in
the basement.
rafters,
Yeah.
and there was then we didn't have to worry about that stuff. But that was the mindset. So it's a different mindset for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, last question. Can you talk more about your success with launching your kids into their next, I'm thinking that means next season. This is from Stacy Swackhammer. I mean, here's what I know to be true. Because she says your success with launching your kids. I don't know if it's been successful or not, right? Because I think it takes time. I love that saying, you got to give time.
Yeah.
I think it takes some time to see how they turn out. Then we'll know we did a great job launching them. So I think that it's, some things are still out. I mean, especially with the girls, because they're still 17 and 10. But I do know that Jason and I, at least I'll speak for me. I enjoy launching our children.
I
I enjoy watching them head into the next season because I know, I mean, we were never given them permanently, friends. We all knew from the day we birthed that baby, they'll be here, 18-ish years. And so
they're gonna be here long after we're gone.
yeah, and but it pains me also when like people are just devastated when their kids leave for college or get married or whatever. And I'm like, but you knew that this was going to happen.
And you should be happy.
You should be happy for them. And I see like this trend on social media of, so much like drama and stuff. How do you think that's making your kids feel? I mean, I don't want to launch our kids in the next season with them having their own big feelings. And now they've got to manage mom and dad's feelings on top of it. And mom's boo-hooing. Like, I am a big girl. I need to,
anxiety on top of
I can
anxiety.
deal with my feelings in a minute. Like,
Yeah.
I want to give them every possible, gift as they're launching into the next season in terms of, we are proud of you. You can do this. You've got this. You've been trained well. And also a really soft place to land in case they need to come back. I mean, that's our hope that they always would want to at least return home to visit, if not live here or whatever. And so I don't know that we've been totally successful, but I do know that we enjoy launching our children because every time one of our kids leaves, like no offense to any of our kids listening, but then I get more of you and I get more of your time and attention and we have more time that we get to do things outside of the house because when you're in the thick of it, I mean, we had 4, that's 4
thick.
kids is a lot because a couple of them were like 2.
It is. But at the same time though, I mean, we're talking about launching your kids. We don't know if we've done a good job yet or not because we're still in the middle of it. But there are certain things that we have tried as tools that we've tried to implement though from years ago with savings accounts, with money management, with all kinds of different other things.
Making them buy their own stuff.
That we have tried to implement them so that they're not walking out that first day in quote the real world and all of a sudden they're like, how do I do this or what do I got to do here?
Balance a checkbook or wow, everything's really expensive at Target. You don't say.
Yeah. So I think we've tried to do those steps prior to
and that starts this year with Ari. It's great.
The launch is the ending. I mean, God's honest truth. The launch is at the end of the thing. They're at the runway, like they are gone.
Yeah.
So everything we did prior to that, I think is set them up for success.
We have, if nothing else, we've been intentional.
We have.
And so, time will tell. Yeah. And this is why when parents give advice when their kids are 2, I'm like, come talk to me when they're 16. Come talk to me when they're 21.
We got that one when that wasn't even, was just 3 or 4 years old. And
tread real lightly because I know the story you want to tell. But
oh man,
you never know who listens to the podcast, baby. But it's interesting
for sure.
when people give us parenting advice and they either don't have children or their children are way younger than ours. And I'm like, and what I always think is, God has a way of just humbling us and humbling others, and so sometimes you just gotta, give time. And not that I want anybody to be humbled, but I'm sure we said dumb things before we had kids. And now we just have so much more grace for, people with children at any stage. So, all right, honey, that is it. Our work here is done.
Are you sure?
I think so. Hey, friends. Why did I say hey, friends? So anyway, friends, I hope that this was entertaining, if nothing else. If you're interested in my coaching group, you can always go to jenniferallwood.com and see how you can coach with me. Because I did mention that, inside of my coaching group, I'm constantly talking about having a healthy money mindset because it's impossible to start a business, grow a business, enjoy the fruit of your business if you still have some money problems, heart issues with money, etc. So if I can help you in that way, go to jenniferallwood.com. Baby, I love you.
She's pretty good.
You think so?
I like
Really?
you. I
You
like-
just say that because we're on air.
I tell you all the time.
Okay, I tell you too. Did you just see my eyelashes stick together? That was weird. Did
No,
you see it?
I didn't.
Really?
I
Do
was
you
looking
like
at your
my
lips,
fi-
though.
Why?
I don't know. I wouldn't look at your eyelashes. I was looking at your
Oh,
lips.
thanks. Okay. All right. Our work here is done, friends.
Time
Yeah,
to get
now
romantic.
I'm blushing.